Hello, everybody. Kelly! The man of many names. How's it going? Eek. How's it going, my friend? How is it going? How is life treating you at this exact moment? Are you gonna take a ride on a big jet plane? Now that I have a longer opening, which, by the way, I fucking love having a longer opening. You guys have no idea how much I... You want to ride on a big jet plane? Where would you ride to, Callie? Where would you go? Where's your dream vacation? Want to go to Italy? I have been to Italy once in my life before. I really want to go again. Where would you go exactly? In Italy. Would you go to Rome? Would you go to the eternal city of Rome? The ancient... Or would you go to Venice? The greatest city in the world. Tuscany? Would you be in Genoa, Tuscany, Pisa, Palermo, on the island of Sicily? I'd love to go to Italy. Let's go right now. Let's get on a big aeroplane. I'm actually a kind of a big... Let's go right now. We'll start in northern Italy, like Genoa or something. It is close, though. It's close. You could go to Italy. You know, as an American, piece of advice for Americans who are curious ever going to Europe, it's kind of expensive to go there. So I would say plan a long trip in Europe, you know? Instead of saving, going to one country at once, save up and go to 2 or 3 countries. It's a better way of going. You could go to Greece. You could go to Greece, or Helios is... Did you know Greece is not the actual name of Greece? It's Helia. Go to Athens. Could go to Lesbos. Let's see. I'm not as familiar with Greek places as I am with Italian. Yeah. Let's get on a big aeroplane. Have you tried dictating, Callie? Sometimes when I have trouble sitting down and write, I dictate instead. Go to Antioch. No, no, no. Let me find it. Sign up for. Go to. I'm gonna give you this website. Otter AI. It's a free service. Sign up for it. There's both an app and a website. Oh wait. Right, I'm not logged on this computer. Both an app and a website. It allows you to dictate things. Here we go. So Kelly, what have you been doing with yourself lately? Besides the writing. By the way, do you hear that awful noise in the background? The construction. Gold, good to see ya. Good to see ya. 1 second, sorry, I'm just adjusting. Scan right here. Am I really not? Oh, whatever. This is a very awkward angle. How is life treating you, Gold? Hey, Gold, tell me. Is it a ghost? No, who is it? Are you at home? Are you okay? Oh, okay. It's always funny. My mom, tell you a personal story a little bit. My mom has a similar thing that happens here. There's always repair people coming in and out of this house. And I'm never told ahead of time that repair people are coming into this house to do something. So I don't really do stuff until later in the evening. So it's always in the middle of the afternoon. Randomly, some guy will just be here, and I'm like, hello. Oh boy, that does sound like an uncle's friend. Well, I wouldn't bother with him all that much. What's going on with you, Gold? You can't. You stay. You stay. We hang out. We chat. I went to the mall yesterday. The Far Mall. That was fun. Are you on Christmas break yet? When is Christmas break for everybody? When is Christmas break for you? Oh, you do plenty of stuff. You're just unaware of all the stuff you're doing because it doesn't feel like stuff you're doing. Contemplate what you have done this week. Think about it. You will find an interesting story there. Oh, what did you do? I have been banned from chats myself. It's probably enough time has passed that I can tell that story about why I got banned from somebody's chat. Should I tell? No, I probably shouldn't. It is a story of me being on a lot of painkillers and thinking something was very funny at the time. No. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. That always sucks when that happens. What is DPD? Yeah, don't worry about it. I know it's something you can get fixated on really quickly. Well, you're not banned here. Oh, that person sounds annoying. Like, here's my advice, annoying. Here's my advice, Goldfish. It's a big internet, and you will literally never have to deal with that person ever again. It's big enough for both of you to interact with without ever having to see each other. Do you want me to? And I know it sucks, and I know it's annoying, and trust me, I play angry conversations in my head over and over again, and I'm like, this, or like I commented with this. Like, they would get what I was trying to do, but they won't, and they never will. And and people just aren't interested in hearing, like, your side of the story. And it sucks, and if they don't want you in their life, it's like, whatever. You have much more in your life going on than bothering with them, If they've made it clear that they don't want you in their life, then you can just move on. All you can really do is move on and just not assign the brain power to them that being angry it is. And like, anger is a cycle. It is a very vicious cycle that can get you, and if you trap yourself in like that sort of cycle, it will forever, it follows you and it makes you worse. So I know it sucks. I know this person sounds kind of shitty, but your life is probably going to be better without having to deal with them. That's my advice. Gold, are you on TikTok?
These are your answers.
Wow, that's you got a whole little soap opera going there, don't you? Oh, that's shitty. Sounds very discombobulated. So Jessica asked. So Veronica talked to Jessica's boyfriend, and okay. So they're both being kind of shitty people to each other, huh? Yeah. All of them are being shitty. Well, my only piece of advice is, ride this out, because the only piece of advice I have is you just gotta ride this out, because it's just not. Have you ever heard of the term rat king? That you have a rat king. Yes, cry hug. Have you ever heard of the term rat king? Do you know what a rat king is? So a rat king is when a group of rats' tails get so entangled with each other that they can't pull apart. And this sounds like so I always use the metaphor for rat. This is a rat king. This is everybody's like interweaving dramas are all like fucking with each other. I would say, like, literally there's no fixing it. And you guys are in high school. Like, it'll pass. But it's very, that is very funny. Well, at least you're doing okay. Here. Oh, dang. Goldfish, what do you really want to do in this situation? Tell me. What would be the ideal fix to it? I mean, the ideal fix is, of course, to get them to all stop fucking each other, but... or dating each other, but... Are these, like... Gold, are these, like, your very good friends? So here's and Veronica is okay. So you're close to Veronica, and Veronica is also participating in the cheating. So is Jessica and Joseph, are they actually dating, or is this a thing where it's like, I want to date him? Are they like actual relationship? Okay, so that's the question then. So there's two possible ways we can look at this. Well, okay, so somebody is lying. Somebody is lying here. One person is lying. So and Jessica's is screwing around with David. Right? Okay, so this is easy then. This is easy, or maybe easiest. Maybe this is how I would handle it. Tell Jessica this. Okay, but here's in my opinion what the solution is. Tell Jessica that she can't keep two guys on lockdown. Okay? Like, she has to pick one. And since Joseph doesn't seem that interested, like, she can't be dating two, like, she has to pick somebody. Oh, David is trying to get out then. David is trying to get out of this. Yeah, but, like, that's the thing, though. She can't keep two guys on lockdown. Unless, your friends are into, like, maybe this. And does Joseph want, do Joseph and Veronica want a, like, third person in their relationship? Doesn't sound like it to me, but do they? Yeah, but that's not really David's decision. Is the thing. Is what I'm. But that's what I'm. But that's neither David nor Jessica's decision. It's Joseph's decision. Well, obviously, there wouldn't be all this drama if it wasn't this. If Joseph wasn't that. Of course. Yeah. Of course there wouldn't be. Obviously, that's part of the whole implication. But, like, the thing is, okay, so here's the truth. It's not either David or Jessica's decision. It's Joseph's decision. And if Joseph is not interested in that arrangement, then Joseph has no... If Joseph is not interested in an arrangement like that, then Joseph has no obligation to do that. So I'm thinking... in my opinion, like, the jerk in the situation is Jessica and David. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the point, though. How I'm hearing it specifically, it doesn't sound. Yeah, but that's the thing. It doesn't sound like Joseph likes Jessica, right? But Jessica and seemingly David are pressuring Joseph into this idea of a relationship that Joseph just doesn't seem cool with. Joseph seems to be into Veronica. Yeah. Okay, so there's this whole other... So wait, is Veronica the backup? Is Veronica the backup? That would be shitty if I am very much trying to figure this out. So is Veronica the backup then? Oh, that's shitty. No. Veronica should not. So, okay. Okay, now I'm seeing a fuller situation. And this is your friend. Yeah, no, that's shitty. I mean, I would say, cynical me would say, this was how. Okay, so Joseph, so Joseph is the one that needs to grow a backbone. Okay, the more I'm hearing about it, Joseph... Okay, but if Jessica picks him, will Joseph go with her? But to me, it sounds like Joseph needs to grow a backbone and make a decision. But drama has happened. Drama has occurred, Gold. Drama is occurring at this moment. But okay, Gold. Think of it in these terms. That's... I didn't know this element. I didn't know... So she has a boyfriend... Oh. She has a boyfriend... Okay, then she has to... Does she like the, how have you met Sam? Is Sam a nice guy? How, okay, then she's. Huh. How old are they now? Okay. Okay, so it sounds like maybe Veronica is getting older now and wants to experience life outside of this one relationship she's had since she was 12. And that's not that's somewhat fair. You're getting older now, you want to experience life outside of that. Nobody should be forced to stay in a commitment they made when they were 12. But it's not fair of Veronica to not express these feelings to Sam. That's not fair on her part. This is a fucking tangle you've presented me with. Holy heck. Like, she needs to be honest with Sam. Joseph needs to grow a fucking backbone and make. And if Joseph is not interested in Jessica and wants to be with Veronica, Joseph needs to grow a fucking backbone and be honest about that. And Jessica needs to stop. Well, I'm using the names you have presented me. But, okay. Jessica needs to stop waffling about and make a decision. And if Joseph does not like Jessica and wants to be with Veronica, if Joseph does not like Jessica and wants to be with Veronica, he also needs to grow a fucking backbone and just say it. Don't go well, I don't really like her, but she's waffling, and if she picks David, then I won't have to hurt her feelings. He just needs to grow a fucking backbone. If he doesn't want to be with her, he doesn't want to be with her, and that's perfectly justifiable. But Veronica needs to tell Sam, needs to be open and honest with Sam that maybe that although their relationship has been good, she is a young person who has never had a relationship outside of this one relationship she's had her whole life. And it's okay, and that's perfectly justifiable, but it's not justifiable to play with his emotions like that. So basically, everybody needs to just be honest about what they're feeling, is what I'm saying. You want to be in a relationship with all this bullshit going on? This is what you want to do? Good. But yeah. The problem I'm seeing from this situation is just nobody's being honest with each other about what's going on in their life. And where they are emotionally and mentally. And you're all teenagers, so I get that. Well, that's good that you figured that out. I'm trying to think of where you could find. Go to professional slot car races. You'll find a lot of guys. But, the truth is, like, everybody needs to, like, kind of grow a backbone and be honest about their... Anyways, it's not your fault. It is this dodecahedron of... Just relax. Just relax. You will get... Are you in bed right now, Cal? And or eek? Just relax. Eventually you will feel the need to get up. Don't feel... And we're back. Sorry about that. Just, I love all the extra few cents that Twitch pays me because of running those ads. Just hang out. Just hang out. Cal, have you ever heard of the Tao? Tell me also. DOA. Something. DOA. Is it D? No, it's DAO. The Tao. It's a philosophy and a religion, a little bit of a religion that I quite like. It's all about embracing nothing, It's all about contemplating nothing. Of course she does. And his brother Luigi. Listen, Jessica seems to... Yeah. Hey now, hey. Alabama has plenty of great qualities to it. It is a beautiful place as long as you ignore all the people that live there. Hey, Alabama is great. If it wasn't for people from Alabama, it would be a great place to live. That's mean. It is. It is very homophobic. It's complicated. The whole history of Alabama is very difficult to explain. It is a state that is very like location-wise, this is something that isn't really is hard to explain. It's beautiful. Like, I've been to Alabama before. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, beautiful beaches, beautiful forests, like rolling hills. It's really a beautiful place to look at. And theoretically. Alright, well, come on, don't be weird. Well, I would say I would say coral. No, not coral. Sorry. Gold. I would say gold that. That's a little bit of a myth that a lot of incest happens there. Oh. Yeah, I see what happened. Yeah, that could accidentally be misinterpreted as like homophobe. It's a little bit of a myth that. So, the real, what happens there a lot, and not to get into too dark of a subject because I want this to be a little bit of a lighter, is a lot of okay, so not you, but the automod. There's a lot of bad stuff. It stems from the fact that Alabama is in an incredibly poor state. It stems from the fact that Alabama has an incredible amount of poverty in it. And have you ever heard of the phenomenon brain drain? A brain drain, just to give you a basic explanation, a brain drain is okay. Well, it's a phenomenon that happens all over the place, but a brain drain is a situation where the smartest, most competent people that could help save a place don't want to live there because it's a terrible place to live, so they leave pretty quickly. When they can't, they leave as soon as they can. So it creates this kind of permanent cycle where the people that could help Alabama don't want to live in Alabama because it's so bad. Sorry. Gold. I remember your name, Goldfish. I don't know your real name. If you want to tell me your real name, feel free. But I would suggest not giving out your real name online. Oh, I don't remember. What is your real name? I will call you by your real name. I'll call you by any name you want me to call you. Try it. Listen, I do enjoy your company, but you are a minor, and I get nervous when minors want to share their personal information live on here. You know what I mean? Not that anybody here is a problem, by the way. Not that anybody here has ever been a problem, but there's always risk. There's always risk with that sort of thing. So I always say be cautious with that. But if you want to, what do you want me to call you? Gold. I'll call you anything. I'll call you anything you want me to call you. And if you want to tell me in private your real name, that's fine. But it's just, you know what I mean? Delilah? Jude? Iris. Ooh, that's a pretty name. That is a very pretty name. That is that is an Egyptian goddess. Iris, I believe. Oh. I don't know the Google. I don't know the Google. Why can't I say words? Goo dolls all that well. That's it. I don't have as much familiarity with as I know they're. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's so great to see you. How are things going? I was just sitting. You know what? I literally was. I literally thought a day or two ago. You know, it's been so long since I talked to Maya. Sorry. Sorry, I haven't seen Maya in a bit. It's always lovely. Sorry, Maya is an old friend. I haven't seen her in a little bit. How are you doing? Oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you're struggling with that, but I am so glad that you're here again. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that is shit that can just like knock you out for a while. But I'm happy that you're here, and I'm happy that you're feeling better. It is legitimately great to see you. Maya, this is Callie, by the way. This is Callie. Callie changed their name on here. How has life been treating you? Besides that. Are you participating in Nano this year? I sort of am, but Oh my god, that's great. No, come on, you hang. No, but also kinda. Yeah, that's kinda how I feel. I'm sort of doing it. Yeah, I'm sort of a little bit on a break too from it. So, tell me about this writing mentorship. And did you ever hear back from the LeVar Burton thing? I think the last time I talked to you, you were applying for LeVar Burton. And more importantly, have you played any video games lately? I'm embarrassedly into the fact that I'm playing a new video game. I haven't played like a new video game in like 2 years, and it's been very fun to play one. So, and advertise your crafting store. But you made it through the first round, Maya. That's awesome. You know, that's really good news. I mean, getting through at least one round is like a big deal. Like with all the people that applied for that, I'm sure that's like a huge deal. I know Stardew Valley. What is DDV? Yeah, Stardew Valley. I had to stop playing Stardew. Like, true story. I think, when did Stardew Valley come? It was like my junior year of college. Stardew Valley came out. Junior year of college, Stardew Valley comes out, and I play that game so much. I get like a C on I get a C on like a midterm because I was playing that game way too much. So I had to make a deal. I had to stop playing it because I'm like, I'm going to fail college if I keep doing this. How is Disney Dreamlight? That's kind of Disney meets Animal Crossing, right? I've been playing the. Do it, Eek. Do it, Callie. Do it, the man of mystery. Very good, very good. Yeah, I have to say, like those farming sim games and stuff. Do it right now. Those farming sim games, Maya, I cannot play those. Because if I play those, that is all I will play. Like, there is something about those games, like the like repetition and stuff, that if I try and play those, like that is all my life becomes. I've been playing this game lately. I'm playing it even on here a little bit. Called Route 96. I really like it, and I haven't heard anybody talk about it, and it's a really fun game. It's about so it kind of takes place in. Okay. Nice! Oh, okay. Maya, everybody in chat, do you guys want to learn about the one time, the most hours I played a game once? Do you guys want to learn about it? It will be truly shocking that I did this once. Okay. And I should mention, I do get a sort of an obsessive personality about certain games. Game I had played before that that this was the incident that made me ban myself from ever playing this game again. Sims 3. The Sims 3 happened. And I was living on my own for the first time in my life. And I decide, oh, I'm just going to play Sims 3 for a little bit. And watch some TV. It was the weekend. And I played it the whole weekend. I didn't sleep. I just stayed up for almost 48 hours straight playing The Sims 3. Yes. I was like, I'll just play it for a little bit, and then I proceeded to play it for like a week, for 2 days straight. And it was at that moment, Maya, it was at that moment that I decided maybe it's time we put down The Sims. I do love life simulation games, like you know, I like anything with like a realistic bent to it, like work and life sim games. I do like that stuff quite a bit. Unfortunately, low complaint time. The genre got kind of ruined, like by one, Stardew Valley came out, and it's been hard to sort of like get past Stardew Valley, like. And two, like the simulator genre itself kind of got ruined. Anyways. Hey, I managed to become a multi-millionaire magician, Maya. A multi-millionaire magician who did magic. And I cloned myself a son. And then he had a kid. And then I think I got obsessed with, like, bringing my kids' imaginary friends to life and then having them marry each other. Which is a very... I do like... By the way, saying all this, I do like how weird and surreal The Sims can get. Like, I like that there's a gameplay mechanic where a kid can have an imaginary friend, and then through, like, you can then just, like, bring the imaginary friend to life. If you guys remember The Sims 3, just going on random things, I do like The Sims. I do like The Sims. I wish The Sims wasn't owned by the people it was owned by, which makes it less fun to play. There was a whole community of, like, monsters. Like, they made a town where it was, like, all, like, werewolves, vampires, and, you know, all magic people live there. And I did a thing where a run through I really liked in The Sims was a thing I once did in The Sims once that I really liked. It was actually one of my more, like, favorite playthroughs I did once. Is I made a totally normal family and I moved them into into the town where everybody's, like, either a wizard, a fairy, a vampire, or a werewolf. And that was, like, really fun. It was almost like a reverse Munsters in a way. You know? It is fun. It is a very fun game that I can never play again. Because I will spend the rest of my life trying to play it. And I am... So, Maya, tell me, how are, like... Do you have any ideas for, like, writing. I actually had a lot of fun playthroughs of The Sims. I did a lot of like strange things trying to. I once wanted to create the worst family possible, like just a family who was like objectively miserable for their whole lives. Like I wanted to, so I made sure to like make sure to give everybody in the relationship like this is mean, but it was like I wanted it to be like a serious drama. So like I made a dad who like hated a dad like with a lover personality, and like his dream in life is to have a whole bunch of lovers, but he was and then I married him to a woman who was both not attracted to men but desperately wanted children. And like I was just hoping like they would have like the single worst relationship ever, and they did. But what was so funny was that the dad was so bad at picking up women that he kept trying to cheat. This is so mean, but he kept trying to cheat, but he just failed every time. Then there was another instance where I did a Batman and like Catwoman thing where it was like I made the guy like a super like a law enforcement sort of dude, and then I made the girl a master criminal, and they were married, and I made them fall in love. That's a fun one. What else did I do? Anyway, so yeah, I had a lot of fun with The Sims. But like most games, it eventually just becomes kind of the same thing. Do you know after like second cousins, they don't keep track of family anymore? Because I once played a single. This was a different game. I once played a single game for so long that I think this was the actual end of my time playing The Sims. I played this single game for so long that literally everybody in town was a member of the family. Like there were so many members of this one family, and I moved them all into their own houses. So like literally everybody was the same, like part of the same lineage. And I was like, oh, I am having real trouble finding people who aren't related to each other anymore. So I was like, probably time to end. Anyways, sorry for talking. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Tell me about it. Or don't if you know. We need more like literature inspired by video games. I love that idea. That's such a good idea. Like Maya, I think we're about the same age, right? Well, it's fun. I was never one of those people who like to just trap Sims in like basements and stuff. I could never like handle being mean to like the characters. So most of the time I tried to be as nice as possible and give them the best sort of life. But that gets boring after a while, so I kept trying to create drama in my Sims games. Not like I wanted them to have like not like torture them, but like create like situations where it's like I guess I was trying to create my own little soap opera or something. Like Iris here, or aka Gold. Iris here was just describing to me. I'm still not, Gold. Iris, I still like that whole situation you're describing to me is insane. It was? Was it a murder investigation? Did you then did you try and romance the the Grim Reaper like I tried to do? And that if you time it right, you can start making you can make friends with them. I have said this before, but The Sims, if like they adapted like the sheer like madness that The Sims can create, like would be a really fun show. You know, you have these situations where it's like I love it. I just couldn't do it. I'm a total pussycat with like video games and stuff. Like I can never play like evil characters. Like there's all these games where I go like I'm gonna play an evil character this time because everybody seems to be having fun with it, and I can never bring myself to do it. You know? At most I'll play like a rogue, you know, a sort of a rogue person who is like I'm only you know, like I play the hero who's like I'm only in this for the money, but they're secretly in this because they believe in it. Favorite like Sim whoa. I love it. Tell me that wouldn't be like a great TV show or movie, right? Tell me that wouldn't be like a great TV show or TV show about like this strange town where like it oscillates between like a soap opera, a light comedy, and a weird supernatural like thing. Or it's just like randomly like you'll be friends, you know, it's the small town and you're like your next door neighbor is the Grim Reaper. And like, you know, like you're dealing, you know, and like like the teens are dealing with like developing romantic relationships with a former imaginary friend that was that came to life because of like mad science, and then it like came to life because of mad science, and also you're just a clone of one of your parents. You've just been you were a clone, and like your neighbor is the president is like the president of the United States, and your neighbor is like the president of the United States, and your dad and like your mom is like the head of an international criminal conspiracy, and next door to you is right? Wouldn't that be an amazing show? And they can't pick between, and you can't pick between and there's a romantic tension. Do you go with the astronaut werewolf who's also an international best-selling author, or the wizard, what's one of the jobs that you can do? Or wizard president of the United States, who's also over 300 years old. Who do you pick? Well, you'll have to go to advice to your uncle, the Grim Reaper. Also, also, you're a former imaginary friend that was brought to life by mad science by your by your uncle, by the kid who dreamed you up's uncle as a gift. And you gotta learn how to, and your homework is late. Because you're in college. One of the things, sorry, I'm having fun. Because Sims is a crazy, insane world. One of the things that was so funny about The Sims 3 was that, so I had the college extension. I liked, by the way, controversial opinion, I like Sims 3 more than Sims 4. I was really bored with Sims 4. I think they took away a lot of the features that... Exactly. One of the things that was funny in Sims 3 when I was playing it was... So, they had this college town in Sims 3. There was a college extension where your characters could go to college and stuff. But the thing is, they didn't program it to... they didn't program, like, new characters coming in. Like, the characters would stay... The same characters would stay at college the whole time. So this would create a weird problem for me in that, like, I would have one generation of people go to I'd have my first character go to college. Then eventually, like, they would get married, have kids, and then it would be time for the kids to go to college. But the kids then would go to college, but because they didn't program, like, because, like, Sims works on a timeline where everybody, like, The Sims 3 works on a timeline where everybody in your, like, town ages, that meant that this is complicated. So that meant that the people in college who don't have anywhere else to go just stay there in college and are, by the time you get there, your second generation of people get there, they're, like, super old. So it creates this thing where you're like a party college student, but you're, like, the whole time it's like a bunch of, like, 60 and 70-year-old people are there, and it's like, yeah, college! And, like, because they're still, like, programmed to behave like college students, it's all, like, the same controversies, but it's, like, nothing but older people. Those are fun. Yeah, the university pack, by the way, I really like, but I found that so funny. Like, so it's this weird thing, like, so the next generation of people I sent, like, were, like, when I sent the kids to college, like, they were all like, yeah, I see you were talking exclusively to Becky, and I'm 85 years old. So, I eventually, like, it was so weird to me, surreal to me, that I eventually just opened up the editor and, like, I turned them back into, like, young college students. But that is weird too, because, like, like, and then like, in my head, it's like, oh, so this is like a weird Groundhog Day thing, where, like, these characters. So, like, I would, like, keep sending generations of people to, like, this college. I would de-age the college students so that they would all be college students again. So, like, the kids could have, like, a normal college experience. But that meant that no matter what, so it's like they were stuck in this strange, like, Groundhog's Day thing, where, like, they could just never leave or age out of being college students. And they were, like, forever stuck in that one moment in their lives where it's like, no matter what, they had to be college students for the rest of time. So yes, it did turn into a strange horror game a little bit when I started thinking in those terms of, like, you're stuck here forever, so I can have a good college experience. Exactly, exactly. But the thing is, like, they can never leave that college. They have to just stay there forever. Unless, like, one of the incoming people picks them as their romantic partner, and then what if they've been stuck there? Maya, what if they've been stuck there for hundreds of years? Nothing they can do can like, they can't ever leave. They can't ever grow. Like, romantically, they never get involved. They're just, like, trapped. Was this Sims 3 or Sims 2? Yeah, that's funny, because, like, they can get stuck. You know, in the end, I often, like, just marry... In the end, I often just marry the character off to, like, the first person they get into a relationship with. You know? Just because it's easier. That's so fun. Like, they just vanish? No, I 100% agree with you. Yeah, 4 is a step back in every way. 4 feels like they unceremoniously got rid of all the features that they had created for 3. And then, like, because... And then you would go back, then you'd send your kid there, and and those same characters would still be there. I mean, there's a horror novel in that idea, right? Of, like, just no matter what, they could never leave this one college town. And I'm sure at first it sounds nice, but, like, just never being able to leave, like, you forgetting who your relationships were outside of the place, and being trapped in... He just vanished. Because I would always just marry, like, if I did the college thing, I would always just marry the character off to the college relationship that they had. You know. It is so funny. But, like, wouldn't stuff like that make a great show? Like, just suddenly one day, like, your character is in a relationship, and then the character just vanishes, and no matter how hard you look for them, like, just nobody remembers them, and they never appear again. Like they just seemingly blink out of existence. I mean, that's a good hook for, like, a long season arc. Like, what happened? You know what's funny? Out of all the expansions, like, the college town is, like, the most cursed in a lot of ways. Because, like, there's a straight up monster town, but it's, like, just kind of like a normal town. But the one that's the most... cursed is, like, the college town, because of, like, how weird the programming is. Like, weird stuff happens at that college. This is turning out pretty good, actually. How do you like this new setup, by the way? I decided I needed to stop doing my old setup for like art things because like it was killing my back. You know, I will say this. Indie game companies out there in the world, listen to me very closely. The market is yearning right now for a good Sims competitor that just did what Sims 3 did, but more, and without all the bullshittery of like dealing with like, thank you, of dealing with like EA's like crap, and it would do very well. I am telling you for sure, game studios. I have not heard of Paralives. Part of me feels like I should not like get into a new life sim game because I will like just not do anything else. But I do like life sim. Ooh. My goodness, they're doing what I've always thought they should. Somebody took my advice and is making a competitor. Well, there may be a good chance I'll play it. Damn it! Well, you have got me excited for this. Yeah, well, I imagine these types of games are really difficult to, like, make. You know, especially, like, say, for an indie team. So, like, I would say, like, at this level, like, yeah. Yeah. I do think here's like a even more controversial, not controversial, like just thought process. Stardew Valley has been really successful with comparatively like a lower graphical thing, like with just pixel art, and it's beautiful pixel art. Yeah. Oh, that must be heartbreaking for them because man, if they had got it out before the pandemic, they would have made so much money. I will say this, like, Stardew Valley did so well, and part of the reason people like Stardew Valley, by the way, I think, is for the life sim elements. Like, it's one of those games that can be infinitely repeated, but it's also, like, popular because you get to know a community and you get to, like, fall in love and stuff, you know? What am I saying? I think like a Sims, like a version of the Sims that was pixel art could do really well, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I loved Stardew Valley. I really did. And there's a game reviewer who I thought was really funny and quoted. He said that Eric Barone, the creator of that game, seems to be afraid of money because he just keeps putting out more and more free expansions. Like, from my understanding, like, the expansions that, like, Barone has put out could constitute really a whole sequel to the game. Oh yeah, but it's one of those things. Yeah, but Stardew Valley is also one of those games that's sort of hard to make a sequel to because it's like there's so much. Like, what else do you really do? I guess. Oh, I mean, New Town. I guess something like that. I gotta admit, I'm not one for tooting my own horn here, but I think this drawing is turning out pretty well. Okay, Matt. Real question. Who do you romance? Yeah. Both good choices. I mean, let's see. Oh, yes, Emily. I mean, I of course I liked Penny. Oh, right, Elliot. Elliot has the most beautiful hair in the whole game. He has he has he has Fabio hair. Do you know who is Fabio a reference that has survived into the 2020s? But he very much has Fabio hair. But I think, talking about Stardew Valley, I think the fact that they are all, likable characters for the most part. That's the thing, these sim games never seem to comprehend. That, yeah, the sim part is really fun, but if you, correspond it to, strong, character focus stuff, it works really well. Fucking bastard. Why I got obsessed with Crusader Kings was because, Crusader Kings not only felt like a grand strategy game, but it also felt like a personal story. Because you had, an explicit ruler that you were following. And, I don't know, I really like that intersection of, simulation and, you get to, I don't know. I really like games that are, half life sim, like half other genre, if that makes sense. I think that's a fun like way to mix genres. Because like in any game, games should always like schedule times for like schedule parts for downtime. I've been thinking lately. You know what I would like? You know what I would really love? I want a life sim. I want to. Yeah, exactly. That's why I like. I really liked Persona 5 and stuff like that because, the dungeon crawling and all that was really fun. But it's like when you don't do the dungeon crawling, it's just like it's just fun to like hang out with hang out with your friends and stuff. And like all the characters were like likable, and they were likable and fashionable, but but they were very like I like stuff like that. I like stuff where it's equally fun to like do the game and hang out and just not do the game, like just vibe. Vibe is the word. I've been thinking, you know what I would love? I would like a game I'd like a game like Doom, like 2016, something like that, where you're like fighting the demonic forces of hell, but it's just like a day job for a character, and they go home every day, and it's like they have just like a normal family life, something like that. It's like, what if like Stardew Valley, but Doom? And yes, this may be slightly inspired by the fact that I found the Animal Crossing and Doom thing to be very funny. Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that stuff? The Doom Crossing things? Like somebody should jump on that. Somebody should like make that like try and like. I love that. I love that stuff so much. It was so. What? No, stop. Let's see. I want to. I know you've seen it, but I want to share it anyways because there's this one video I really like. I'm sure people have seen it, but we're gonna watch it anyways because it was fun. 1 second. I think it's this one. There it is, yeah. Anyways, I know people have probably seen that, but I found it charming, and I wanted to play it again because I thought it was funny. Anyways, I guess I'm saying, indie developers out there, make that game. There's clearly a market for it. Make that game. Half first-person shooter, half Animal Crossing. Just see what happens. Anyways, oh right, music. Gotta. I was like, why is it suddenly so quiet in here? Ah. My most hated point whenever I draw something. Having to draw the second eye. I'm surprised. Here's a true thing. I'm surprised pirate comics aren't more popular for artists, so they have an excuse to draw characters with eye patches. Oh, this is a real follower on my TikTok. Oh, look at her. This is 100% a real follower. Come on. N63FF524C. Yeah, that's real. That's real. Yeah, not a bot. Not a bot at all. No. I mean, I'm gonna mix. I find it a mixed bag. Is my real opinion. There's some really great stuff out there. I found I found some fun artists. I found some really funny comedians. Some interesting. I'm actually finding a lot of really cool music because of TikTok. Because TikTok is so good for small indie artists to promote their stuff on there. So there's a bunch of really cool musicians that do stuff on there, and I really like that aspect of it. So I found some legitimately great songs from TikTok. And it feels very cool because it feels like you're it's one of these things where you're you're there before they're popular. So let me see. and you find like some really cool artists. There's some like legitimately very funny people. There's some talent, like there's talented people there. TikTok is bad for nuance, I would say. It's pretty reactionary, and it can get very repetitive. Repetitive is the word I'm looking for. Repetitive at times. Because the problem with TikTok is they'll just like there are people who would just repeat the same thing over and over and over again. And it's just like at a certain point you're just like, oh God, stop it. Just stop it. Like I don't like there's this awful like dance and song that's going around right now, and it was briefly amusing the first few times I saw it, where it's just like, and then you're just like, enough. And once TikTok gets obsessed with like a song, you will hear it nonstop for like days, like months at a time. Like right now, I am hearing like 3 songs over and over again. It's that Taylor Swift song. What if I told you the problem was it's me? The problem is me. Then there's that other song. I've got my what is it? I've got my Versace on. And then there's that Sam Smith song. Mama don't told you. Mama, Daddy's getting worked at the body shop. And it's been those like 3 songs over and over again for like 2 months. And like, I didn't hate those songs when I first heard them, but it feels like just driving into my head. It doesn't matter how good the songs actually are when you first hear them. Hearing them over and over again just makes you grow to hate them. And then you got bad side of TikTok is that then you've got like baseless I had to make there's this guy who was like, there's this like shitty asshole who was like, are Millie Bobby Brown and Henry Cavill dating? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because they appeared in a movie together and she said she enjoyed working with him, you're gonna like blatantly like obsess over like the sexuality of like an 18-year-old girl who said she enjoyed working, and it wasn't even anything. She said like Henry Cavill apparently has very strict boundaries and stuff, and she respected him for that. And like, good on Henry Cavill, shitty on this guy. And I'm like, and then there's like, I don't like using this term because it got politicized in a bad way, but like, there's blatant misinformation that gets spread really quickly on TikTok. That's really bad. Anyways. And nobody has a healthy relationship with the media that they consume. That's my last real critique of TikTok. It's like, I have yet to see somebody on that website have a thing where it's like, I enjoy this thing, but also it's not my entire personality. But to reiterate, a lot of great music. There's a lot of funny comedians, a lot of good art, and there's some interesting filmmaking being done on there. I've also picked up like a lot of cooking tips and like gardening tips from there that I've found really useful. I learned some fun recipes and how to cook, and like the cooking stuff on TikTok is pretty great. Exactly. I know they're like pushing like 10-minute videos and stuff. But the thing is like people don't like watching like long form videos like this. They want it they don't like vertical long form. But like, I'll say this: if you are like a musician out there who is trying to get like notoriety and stuff, like you are trying to become like like some like a noted musician or something. Um, what the fuck are you doing not being on TikTok? That's where like that's where you'll find all that's how you will expand yourself. Like get on TikTok because that's where you need to be. And I'm finding cool artists on there, and I enjoy that aspect a lot. You know, I'm finding like interesting music and stuff from there. Like, let me show you this guy I found just recently. Also, everybody should follow me. I think. Like this guy is called Disco Face, which is well, you can see why.
You have many talents, but
watch what he does.
Everybody tag Charlie Kuznis because he needs to see it. Charlie, you're very talented. You have many talents, but I have a challenge for you. Can you make a song or a beat with my laugh? I'll give you a few samples to work with.
Oh, mister, pleased to meet you. I wanna hold you, I wanna kiss you.
Oh, that's cool.
Gonna take you for a ride on a DJ plane. Gonna take you for a ride on a DJ plane. Yeah.
Everybody tag Charlie Kuznis.
And I have been listening to that song on repeat for like a week because he released a full version of it, and it is great. Oh, and that has piqued my interest. That's not, but I prefer this one. Who is that? That sounds interesting to me. I'd like that. I've also recently. I've been on like the hunt for like a good Slavic mythology, like somebody who can explain Slavic mythology to me, because those are my origins. And I recently found like a really good YouTube channel that like does paintings and it does it sounds like it does a similar format. I gotta miss you. But anyways, so like, yeah, stuff like that. Stuff like that is really good. And then you got like, there's like people who with like creation and like there's good stuff on there. There's a lot of great stuff on there. And one second. There's a lot of great stuff on there, if you know. But there's also a lot of garbage. And like you gotta get through like the people who will like just regurgitate, like you gotta get through like the people who just like sit there and read tweets that they saw, regurgitate like celebrity gossip that they've heard. I mean, I like a cute animal video as much as the next person, so I don't mind those really all that much. But there are a lot of those. Gonna run on 'em. I think this is the person, right? Yeah. This looks like the person. You know, so it's like, it's one of those things where it's like all social media. There's like great stuff there, but there's also a lot of garbage. But and it's just like, you have to be, you know, to find that, you have to be willing to parse through all that bullshit. And there are people who aren't willing, and that is very justifiable. And the discourse, yeah, like, you know, like, there's important discussions to be had about media literacy and representation and all that stuff. But it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I would rather get like you know what I would want? I want like an end of the month report. Like, I just want one like document that at the end of every month explaining what the current discourse is, and that'll be good enough for me. Like, I was really disappointed by talk about good shows. I really liked the Lord of the Ring. I really liked the Lord of the Rings show that Amazon produced. Obviously, I don't have any issues with Amazon as a company, and everything that Amazon has done is perfect and should never be criticized. But but on a very sincere level, I do really enjoy that series, and I was trying to find like just fun like discussions about it and like the story and stuff, and it's just like I couldn't like get it was just endless. It was just endless. It was just like endless racism I saw, and it was just, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like, it's depressing because you're having fun with something, and then you remember that you have to share the world with assholes. Yes, this is free marketing for Amazon's stuff, but I did enjoy the Lord of the Rings show, and that's and it's depressing that that conversation dominated. Oh my god! Like, the thing is, I'm probably like I hate, like, it's a fucking mermaid, guys. Jesus. Like, it's not scientifically accurate. And it's like, yeah, but you know what also isn't scientifically accurate? Mermaids. They're not a real thing. They're fake and made up. Like, I'm of the opinion that the live action Disney remakes have not been good, but just in general. But Jesus, like, we gotta, come on, this is just fucking ridiculous. It was yeah. Maya is not scientifically accurate. It's not scientifically accurate. Like, there's no, it's like the dumbest stuff. It was like these like, yeah, no, it's just stupid. It's just so aggressively stupid, and and I'm sure kind of demoralizing to like. like the most important thing about Ariel is that she's a good. The most important thing about like somebody playing Ariel in the Disney movie is that she's a good singer. And I think that's like the and it's like I don't know. It's dumb. It's a dumb argument. It's a dumb argument, and it feeds into just grossness. But that's the hilarious thing. It's like they don't like. You gotta remember, like these people have like limited interaction with like the real world. And it's like MLK is like as like distant to, like, first they have limited interaction with people outside their own race, and MLK is like as distant to them as like to them MLK isn't like a real person. It's like it's a whole thing. It's like it's a fictional person. Like they don't even really think on like those levels, and it's like it's just, I mean, yeah, it's like, well, it's the same thing. Well, no, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. There's a difference between like a real person and a fictional like mythological creature. I don't know. It's dumb. It's just so dumb. And I don't know why we get like so hyper fixated on, like, I mean, no, I'm being lucid anyways. Of course, like I understand why, like I get it. Yeah, exactly. Like it's the same. He's like Charlemagne or something. It's like, yeah, he's John Oliver had I think a really funny bit. It's like, hey, they agree. Hey, they love MLK's 2 or 3 quotes that they've heard. Like the 2 or 3 quotes that quotes that they've seen on television, they really like that part. Like, as somebody who's like a history buff, it's hard to it's like, the thing, what's so crazy about like history, and if you study history, it's like things from like thousands of years ago still affect us to this day. Like hundreds and thousands of years of history ago, we're still kind of arguing about like all of these issues. Like, it's so crazy that it's like, well, it was long ago, it doesn't matter. It's like, no, it kind of does matter. It kind of does matter. Like a lot of these issues still sort of exist. Like, history is like, we're still like I point to the fact that the fall of the Roman Empire eventually created the fall of the Roman Empire created the situation that eventually led to the U.S. being a thing. Like there's a direct correlation between like you can like connect stuff like that and like, or like issues like still exist. It's just like, or like how, I don't know. It's just dumb. It's just dumb, and people don't get things. Like, it was surreal to hear that, like, you don't think, like, history is so strange because you don't think, like, did you hear that whole, the whole thing that MLK paid for Julia Roberts' birth? Like, did you see that in the news recently? I mean, yeah, and it's like, you go like, right, it wasn't that long ago. Anyways. Exactly. Anyways. There's a lot of fun on TikTok, but there's also a lot of shit, I guess, on TikTok. And like I want like just a monthly report from somebody. Like I want to follow like one channel that just gives me like a monthly report on stuff of like what is the current discourse, what is everybody arguing about, and I go like, yes, okay, I see it's we're arguing about the Little Mermaid. Like, I mean, I wonder what'll be next. Like, you never know what'll be next with people, which is a shame because I will repeat again, a lot of good stuff out right now. A lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good TV shows and movies that came out that were great, and we're that there's a lot of great stuff. Exactly. And it's depressing that like we reduce like artists to like these like especially like the POC artists to like just political talking points instead of like appreciating them as like artists, in and of themselves. It's a very, very frustrating thing for me. I think for everybody. I mean, personally for me, of course, I'm like, geez, no. But it's very frustrating to like, you have to go through like all these forms of obfuscation before you can just go like, hey, that movie was really good. And, this doesn't help. I haven't, ever since the pandemic, it's been 2 years and I haven't been really a regular movie watcher for like the past 2 years, which is very depressing for me. I miss watching movies. So I'm so far out of like cinema and stuff like that. I'm so not caught up with anything. Like, what's the discourse right now? Let me go to TikTok and I bet I'll see what the actual discourse is. I mean, the only thing we should be talking about right now. What did you see? I'm curious. The only thing we should be talking about right now is the death of Kevin Conroy. Like that should be that should be the discourse. How fucking bumming that. Was it good? Was it good? I haven't seen it yet, but okay, here's the thing. I actually really like Namor as a character. I've always liked Namor as a character. I always find him like to be such a interesting character. So I'm actually kind of excited to see him on screen for the first time. Yeah, Namor is a fascinating character. The only thing I've been like annoyed by with like the news of that movie is that Namor isn't the Prince of Atlantis. I know why they had to do that, but it's a little annoying. Like, what is he the prince of in that movie? Because in the comics, he's the Prince of Atlantis. Do they ever say where he's actually from? Yeah. See, Namor is a fascinating character because he is He's one of these characters that is both sort of a supervillain and a superhero at the same time. Yeah, no, it's Atlantis. Namor has always been the Prince of Atlantis in Marvel Comics. And the only reason that he's not in the movie is because of Aquaman. Namor is one of those fascinating characters because he's more of a schemer than a straight up hero. He's more he's more out for himself than he is out for he's because he can both be a superhero and a supervillain at the same time depending on his mood. And he's always more out for his own his own goals, and he just happens to live in a world full of superheroes. So I like that now Marvel movies are starting to get slightly more interesting supervillains in them. The Black Panther movies have a slight tendency to do that, don't they? Don't they? Tell me, Maya. Tell me. Was there sexual tension between him and Kari? I still... Because I feel like there would be... I still remember there was on this channel. I think this was a while ago, but it was one of my favorite discussion times on this channel ever, where me and a few of the commenters here really got into a long debate about who could be accurately considered Marvel's answer to Batman, and we eventually realized it's Black Panther. The Black Panther is the real Marvel version of Batman, and I don't think I've never seen anybody ever make this comparison before, but we really broke it down and we realized that it is Black Panther. Read anyways, that was all. That was a fun day when. Really, I thought they were. That felt because that's kind of here's the thing. That's kind of Namor's deal a tiny bit is that he's a bit of a Lothario sort of guy, and he tends to fall in love with the people. In comic books, Namor is constantly trying to flirt with Sue Storm. They're constantly Sue Storm is constantly on the end of his seduction techniques or something. Anyways, I like Namor. I've always liked Namor as a character. I've always thought he was a fun character. He does have sort of a very funny costume. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Is Quantum and Woody? Yeah. Quantum and Woody. Yes, with Quantum and Woody. Are they ever going to make that TV show they've been promising forever? If people have never read it, I still want to recommend the Black Panther comic book series by Christopher Priest. It's one of my favorites. He also wrote one of my all-time favorite comic books, Quantum and Woody. Uh, which is just one of the funniest comic books I've ever read. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The fact that they got that movie out at all, with like the setbacks that they had to go through, is to me kind of a miracle. Do you think Namor will get his own movie? Because the Doctor Strange movie had the Illuminati, and it's like Namor. I'm okay. Random digression time. I think it's kind of funny that Marvel, the movies right now are up to the part of Marvel Comics that aren't very good. They seem to be in sort of the they seem to be adapting some of the mid 2000s stories, and if you know comic books, that isn't a really great time for Marvel. That isn't a particularly good time for Marvel because we're getting things like the Illuminati and the backlash of the Civil War and stuff like, and that's a kind of a really weak time for Marvel Comics. I mean, I hope we get the. Yeah. Did you see Thor: Love and Thunder? Um. I, okay. Some comics I really want to happen. Like some. I like Namor. Namor is such like. I like any character that's kind of a schemer, you know, and like Namor always. You know what Namor is? Namor is a little bit like a Game of Thrones character in the Marvel universe. He's more of he's like an out and out schemer more than anything. And whether he's like an actual hero depends on what he's willing, like what he's trying to accomplish. So that's all. I think that would be fun. Like, listen, I know some people don't like Thor: Love and Thunder, but damn it, you people don't understand. Hercules movie could happen, and I love Marvel's Hercules. That he's one of the funnest characters Marvel has. It is a movie that seems like it should. My main complaint about it is a movie that seems like it should be longer. And from all the production things I've heard, it seems like it was filmed to be like 3 hours long, and they cut it into it seems like it was filmed to be like about 2 hours long, but they cut it into like a 90-minute movie for some reason. And I think that hurts it because I think there's some scenes that are missing that probably should be in there. But the stuff that is in there, I really love. Like Christian Bale is Christian Bale gives one of the best performances as a. Arguably, Christian Bale's character is the best Marvel villain that they've made. You know. He's a, and it's one of those things, like, you know, I like Marvel in general, and I think Marvel actually responds to criticism better than people think they do. And like one of the things I know, I found sort of like about Marvel, like I think there's been a big, like a very justifiable criticism that Marvel hasn't had interesting villains for kind of the inexplicable reason that Marvel seems to have like not used a lot of its interesting villains. But Gore the Godslayer is one of like the more unusual, like more interesting characters. But like, I mean, all I care about happening is that we get my man. We get my man onto the scene. The Prince of Latveria, the archmage of the Marvel universe, the dark seer, the Dark Prince, the greatest mastermind, the genius that must can lift mankind if only he could crush its spirit. Doctor Doom into cinemas. Like literally the best villain Marvel has ever made, and he's never been done right once in cinema, and it's so frustrating. Like, but also like, okay. Okay, can I complain about a movie that hasn't come into existence yet, and I have no idea if they'll actually pull this off? Okay. They keep threatening to make the Thunderbolts movie bad, and they keep threatening to make a Thunderbolts movie without any of like the Thunderbolts characters, and I'm annoyed by it. So one of my favorite comic books that Marvel has ever made, and is a little comic called The Thunderbolts. And it is about a group of... So, because of, bullshit comic book lore stuff that takes too long to explain, most of the major heroes on Earth have disappeared. And a group of supervillains decides this is the perfect time to plot their eventual takeover of the world by becoming the preeminent superhero team and using that power and trust to take it over. And they do it by being secretive and trying to use the trust that the public has for superheroes to their advantage. And it brings together a bunch of unused Marvel characters up to that point, including two of Marvel's smartest schemers and villains that they've ever made, Baron Zemo and Moonstone. And if you're aware of Baron Zemo from the Civil War movie, they don't. It's that's a frustrating example because Baron Zemo is so famously Baron Zemo is I would say more equivalent to a Lex Luthor, or is somebody who likes to scheme and get ahead and stuff. He's also one of Marvel's more charismatic villains. Anyways, then what happens inexplicably is while they're impersonating superheroes, some of the supervillains end up liking being good guys. And they slowly but surely change to become actual heroes. And a real famous case of this is a character named Screaming Mimi, whose original name was Screaming Mimi, and she had like voice powers, and she could go like ah and like do stuff, and she turns into like a A-list Marvel superhero Songbird by the end of the series, and who became like super popular because of that. And so my frustration is, they have announced the Thunderbolts team, and none of the Thunderbolts are in it. None of the actual Thunderbolts are in it. And it's turning into like a government squad. Like, part of the fun of the Thunderbolts was that they were like, they did this on their own. Like, there's no Moonstone, there's no Baron Zemo, and there's no fucking Songbird. Songbird ends up becoming like a major super, like she didn't get maybe the public recognition, but she's like one of the biggest superhero, like female superheroes that Marvel made. She's really famous, like at least in the comic book community, and you're like that's A-list, that's a potential like A-list character. I'm mad also that there's no Moonstone, because Moonstone is like one of Marvel's best like female supervillains. And it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating that they did that. They're doing this. And like, Bucky is going to be on their Thunderbolts. Bucky has already had his character arc where he comes to be a hero. Like, the Thunderbolts is about a group of villains and anti-heroes eventually who try and do bad things to take over, and some of them let their conscience get the better of them. It's a great comic book series with like clear, well-defined arcs that ended up turning several minor Marvel characters into big deals, at least in the comic book community. It was a great, intense thriller arc, and it's like and the fact that it's turning into like a version of the Suicide Squad really frustrates me. Like, I love the Suicide Squad, and ostensibly Thunderbolts and the Suicide Squad are like a similar premise of like following a group of supervillains trying to like be superheroes, but it's different. It's different. Like, the plot lines are very different. What they're doing and why they're doing it is very different. And anyways, that's my rant. It's like half of them are like already like heroes pretty much. Like, half the characters are already heroes pretty much, and the other half, like, it's just frustrating. And it's like, you really? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad it sorted itself all out. Am I still streaming? Yeah, I'm having fun. Yeah, it is. I mean, Thunderbolts is a series that very famously changes premise all the time. Because after the original Thunderbolts ended, it was impossible really to like get the original team back together, because like, you know, if I could, I want to convince people to read that series, but basically, some people reform. Okay, good. Good. But has Veronica told Sam yet? Well, that's good, that part. But is Veronica still in a relationship? Well, that's good. What do you guys think? I actually... God, jeez. Well, go for it, girl. Is he? Well, go for it. Apparently, he's available. So my Iris here was describing me a truly insanely tangled romantic situation that was going on in their friend group. But it seems like finally everything worked out. That all the people who were cheating just told people and stopped with that bullshit. A six-pack? Wow. Go for it. So Maya, do you? Sorry for talking so much. Tell me, do you have any ideas you're working on lately for writing wise? I'm kind of impressed with this. I think I did a pretty good job. The arms are a little bit not great, but dude, it may take a legitimate flowchart to figure out all the complicated romantic relationships that were going on in that. Thank you. I was maybe fishing. Tell me about your Stardew Valley thing. I'm curious about it. Because there have definitely been like games I have played where I'm like, I would like to capture the tone of this game, if not the exact. Like I was trying to emulate this picture. And obviously like Darwin Cook is a master, but who, this guy? Yeah. That's Parker Comics. If you're curious, they're very good. They're an adaptation of a series of books I quite like. The Parker books, but yeah, it's Parker Comics by Darwin Cook. They are really good. It's Parker is one of those characters. He's a very fascinating like anti-hero sort of guy. Sure. Who? Oh, okay, I can give that a try. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I was just complaining about that's good. Oh, from an animes. Yeah, you were talking to me recently about. Last time we talked, you said that you wanted to do kind of like a cozy thing. It was like, it took me a second to process that because I was like, oh, that's a very dirty sentence right there. But yes, you should throw. Listen, daily farm life occasionally interrupted like a slice of life story that occasionally gets interrupted by skeletons trying to attack the village. Sounds like a fun story to me. Go to bed. Go to bed. Okay. Okay. So my Iris here, aka the annoying goldfish, was explaining to me the bit of drama that's been going on in her life right now, and it involves a dodecahedron of romantic entanglements. Jessica was seeing Joseph, and Joseph was seeing Iris is here. Iris is here as best friend, but the best friend was already in a relationship with another friend. Had been in a relationship with one boy since they were 12, Samuel, and Jessica was also in a relationship with David, and David apparently was really encouraging of Jessica to go out and date other boys. And that is so now you're caught up on all these references, which did take me a while to figure out everything. Go FaceTime with this person. Give me updates. Well, you don't have to if you don't want to. I probably will. I'm in a good mood. You know, it's rare that I get like good drawing days, truthfully. I miss doing art streams. I really did. I like doing art streams. This guy's name is Tucker Boner. That is the fella's name that I am seeing an ad for. The streamer. I'm sorry. I got an ad for Monster Energy Drink, and the spokesman is a guy named Tucker Boner. That is hilarious. I'll still be here. Don't worry. I'm just gonna keep going until I'm tired. Oh, I probably shouldn't make fun of people's names. It's not nice, but it was pretty funny. I did find it pretty funny. No. I actually have plenty of energy. Like, I'll tell you guys honestly. Like, I had a strong coffee this morning, and so I got plenty of energy going right now. And I'm enjoying. I feel like I'm in a good like art like mood right now. So it's been fun. And I possibly am going to be taking some higher level art classes at a college, and I'm a little bit nervous. No worries. Listen, you would not like Gold. You would not be the first teenager I have had who has watched me in school. This phenomenon has happened before. Oh, was it after school? So Maya, you watching anything as of late? Watching any TV shows? Oh, what were you choreographing? Me and my mom have been rewatching Schitt's Creek. Huh. Did anybody watch Schitt's Creek? Oh, are you? Okay. Have you seen? Okay. I have to admit something to everybody, and this will be a shocking revelation. I've never seen Bleach. That's what I'm working on right now. I know they're gonna finish up. Go. I'll be here. I know. How are you liking it? I know they're. Are you guys watching it because it's coming back? Yeah. Well, that's exciting. Are you liking it? It seems like a fun show. And that guy, like the artist behind that, holy heck, can that dude draw? I'm very jealous of his artistic abilities. I got this picture of this girl at a funny angle. I'm trying to practice like different angles is one of the things. I recently got into Chainsaw Man. Have you seen Chainsaw Man? The anime, I haven't seen the anime, but I've been reading the manga. And I like the manga. What I like about the manga is that it's the first time in a long time in an anime that I've seen a character that isn't like... One thing that really turned me off of anime for a long time was like anime, and I know that this stuff is still out there, but anime became about like a character, like characters who are like, you know, become like immortal, like one thing, like they get powers and then like they become like this sort of immortal, like awesome mega killer who's like super badass, and like 10 girls are like are after, like want to all sleep with him, and he's like the best in the world, and he's super rich, and he's super rich, and like he lives now in a world where like being good at video games and liking anime is like a skill, and like it makes him really good at like real, and all the girls like want to sleep with him, and it's just like I fucking hated that shit. I was so sick of that shit almost immediately. So I like it. It's kind of about a loser who like continuously is a loser, if that makes sense. Like there's no, like he does eventually get that. Like it's okay to eventually, you know, have a character get to a point where it's like they start doing well, but it's like it's really frustrating to have a character who's given every single thing in the world and told how awesome they are when it's like, you know, they do nothing and they have no personality. So I like Chainsaw Man for that, and that it's kind of honest about like how teenagers actually think. I have no idea, by the way, who this character is that Gold has requested I draw. Okay, big question time, Maya. Biggest question I'll ever ask you. What is your favorite anime? Both. Either or, either or. I don't know case study of Avantis. What's it about? Feliz. Reminds me of Feliz. The thing I got obsessed with recently is like I got obsessed with for a while Lithuanian mythology, like, and Lithuania as a country just in general. Ooh, sounds fun. And I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna like throw out a theory here, possibly. Is the vampire a brooding guy and the human a is the vampire a fella and the human is a lady? Just maybe. Oh! My. Extra spice. Very, very good. Solid recommend. I will look into it. Do love me a good vampire story. Have you ever heard of this? Have you ever heard of this movie? What is it? It's called Shadow of a Vampire. It's called Shadow of the Vampire. I love that movie so much, and I feel like nobody's ever seen it. Or it's people have seen it, but like nobody talks about it that much anymore. So, okay, Shadow of a Vampire is about the secret true history of the production of the film. What is it? Count Orlok. So, The Shadow of a Vampire is about the secret history of the production of Nosferatu, which was a semi-unauthorized adaptation of Dracula. And it starred a little-known German actor by the name of Max Schreck, who was very terrifying in the role, but didn't go on to much fame afterwards. So, the film tells the supposed true story of the making of this movie, and that Max Schreck was in fact not an actor, but a vampire, was an actual real deal vampire that the crew hired, that the director has hired to actually play a vampire in the movie. In the film version and it turns into a strange horror movie. Well, it's a horror movie, but it's a horror movie and a weird little comedy about Max Schreck trying to behave, it's about a vampire acting as a vampire in a vampire movie. And it's surprisingly great. Willem Dafoe plays Max Schreck. And it's an absolutely... Nobody has ever seen this. It feels like I'm the only person in the world who's ever seen this movie. He was nominated for an Oscar for playing it. It's so good. It's so good. It's always made me want to do kind of a spiritual sequel to that. To the movie. So, you want to hear my pitch for what the spiritual sequel to that would be? So, okay. Because it makes me laugh, and I want to do this someday. But I may need permission of some real people to do this. Because most of these people are alive. So the pitch I always wish they would do like I've always had this idea for a spiritual sequel, and it's a similar plot in that it's about the filming of a famous vampire movie, but it turns out that the main actor who's playing a vampire is in fact a real vampire. But Twilight. It's about Twilight. It's about like the secret history of the film Twilight, where it turns out that Robert Pattinson was in fact an actual vampire. And how they... I may have to use stand-alikes, but like that's the basic idea, that we do an update of the idea, but it's Twilight instead. And it's like they cast an actual vampire to play Edward. Your mercy. I should do it. That's an idea I've had forever. I may have to like... I wouldn't possibly have to like... me and my mom have been fermenting avocado, and they're starting to bud. So that's very exciting. Yeah, but just like imagine of like, just I don't know. It just would be so funny. It'd just be funny to me. It's like as they're like filming like Twilight. Unfortunately, like this is where the idea kind of like peters out, because it's like like, okay, it's a funny idea. Like, it's like how could you like play like for dark comedy of like, you know, maybe like, so truth story. I know I've actually seen 3 of the Twilight movies. So I have seen 3 of them. I found I saw the first. I saw the first 2, and then I found the third one so boring I didn't bother finishing it. So, but I don't know. It's like filming that baseball scene, and like you have to like they start feeding him like like humans. I don't know, stuff like that. Why is it so quiet?
Let's get some vampire questions. When did you become a vampire?
I can't recall.
Where were you born? Where are you born?
I can't remember.
Well, it's not funny anymore. Count Dracula wouldn't say he couldn't remember.
I read that book. Oh no, he gave it to me.
You can't tell, but one of these people may secretly be a vampire.
Well, now listen.
So a funny story about this actor. This is an actor named Udo Kier. He's in fact he also has very famously played Dracula in Andy Warhol's Dracula.
It's a golden opportunity. Speaking as a vampire, what do you make of the book's technical merits? Why sad?
I think he is part of the book. Doesn't that sound 400 years, and then a man comes to his ancestral home, and he must convince him that he is like the man. He has to feed him. Then he himself hasn't eaten food in centuries. Can he even remember how to buy bread, how to sell cheese and wine? He remembers the rest of it. How to prepare a meal, how to make a bed. He remembers his past glory, his armies, his retainers, and what he is reduced to. Loneliest part of the book comes when the man accidentally sees Dracula sitting at his table.
But if you're so lonely, why don't you make more vampires?
I can't. I'm too old. Although I seem to remember I was never able to.
Then how did you become a vampire?
It was woman.
No, we're getting somewhere.
Anyways, great movie. One of my I like that movie so much. Me and my mom just randomly discussing this. Me and my mom may actually be going on a trip this year. You know, my father. I don't want to talk about that. It's sad. But anyways, my father is no longer here, so we were like, Christmas. We don't really want to spend Christmas at home because it'd be too sad. So we were talking about going on a trip, and my mom read. My mom, by the way, is obsessed with like the royal family and all that. And she read that King Charles has a hotel in Romania, so now she really wants to go to Romania for Christmas, and I'm up for going. So there's a very good chance that I may actually see Dracula, the real Dracula's castle. Yeah. So, here's a scene in a vampire story. I've never written, I've never finished a story like this, and I've never had use for this scene. But I'm going to throw it out there into the world if anybody ever wants to use it. So, real true historical fact. Vlad the Impaler, aka Dracula, and all Dracula means is son of the... Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the thought. We thought it would be more fun to be on like a tour or something. Not that I want to like luxuriate in, where it's always going to be sad, but I'm in a much better place than I was after that. But when that was happening. What was I going to say? So Dracula is means son of the dragon. Like that's what it translates to, because so I've always had this idea in my head, because Vlad Vladislav, his father was known as the Dragon. So I've always had this scene in my head where okay, so it's just this like idea for a scene, and I'm going to throw it out there because I don't think I'm ever going to have a use for it, but somebody may. So it's this idea of a scene I've had for a long time in my head. Okay. Character is talking to Dracula, and then suddenly we start hearing huge like sounds are like huge like sound waves are coming through, like you go boom, and it's like everything starts to vibrate, and then like character talks to Dracula and goes like, "Who is that?" And he says, "Well, you see, Dracula actually means son of the dragon. And who is that? That's the dragon." So if anybody has any use for that, feel free to steal it. Sapling! How are you, Sapling? How are things going? You have, in fact, risen from the dead. It is a joy. It is a joy for sure. All the old people, all the old cool people are coming back. Maya is here. How have things been, Sap? Things have been good. Things have been good. Tell me which instruments you've picked up. And is this in real life? Or in game life? Either or is great. Uh, uh, have you, that's very cool. I didn't know you played music. I didn't know you played music. Uh, sorry. I've been on for a bit of time. How long have I been on for? Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm losing steam here, guys. I want to keep talking, but oh yeah, all my things stopped working. I don't know why. I have been on for about 3 hours. I've been on for 3 hours and 39 minutes. I mean, I'm up for going on longer, but damn it, why is there? Listen, damn it, why is this reference I have? Why is your mouth open? That makes it really hard to draw. I'm having fun though. I'm having a good time though, talking to everybody. I may need to take a little. Yeah. Guys, I need to stop. I'm sorry. I'm tired. But this was fun. I enjoyed doing this. I missed doing art streams. It was really good talking to you, Maya. We should. I've been trying to arrange more off-stream events lately. If you ever want to participate in them, I'd love to have you. It's just like I've been arranging like kind of like reference nights and art nights and like just like stuff off stream, and yeah, I'd love to have you there, Maya. I've always I always enjoy your company. Anyways, I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. I can't keep going on. I need to stop. Have a good day. Okay. I'll message you about them. And Sapling, it's really good to see you, but I'm really tired and I'm sorry, but I'm happy to see you. Bye.